Forget sitting on a couch and talking to a therapist in a formal office. Now you can text your problems to your therapist from anywhere. Tiffany Davis Henry is a psychotherapist. She is joining us now to discuss. So good to see you, Dr. Tiff.
Thank you.
You know, my first reaction to this is talk about taking the most personal thing ever and making it quite impersonal by having it be digital. How does this work?
Well, it works by just basically signing up for one of these portals, and there are a lot of therapy, online therapy kind of things out there right now where you can just basically just text a therapist. You may or may not know exactly who you're texting. The hope is that you get the same person every time, and so there you start to develop some sort of pseudo relationship, certainly not like a relationship that you would have one-on-one in an actual office like a traditional therapist. But that person, you don't have to retell your story every time you start to open up a text, because that could be a bit daunting, and it could be discouraging as well.
Because building that relationship seems like that's how you really get to the root of the problem.
It's very important in developing that therapeutic relationship, certainly.
So is it because it's, one, cost effective? I would imagine it's a lot cheaper than regular therapy. I think there's one service that's like $25.
It's $25 a week, and when you think of a therapy session, a lot of times you're ranging, you know, $100, sometimes even a couple $100 for each session. So $25 for a week, and that usually entails unlimited text back and forth. The challenge is, you know, at some point that therapist has to sleep, and so do you. So there may be a time where they can't answer you right away, and that's where traditional therapy kind of wins out, because you have that set time where a therapist is totally devoted to you, and you guys can talk back and forth. Whereas with text therapy, sometimes you may not get an answer right back, and it may be pretty dire.
But we had some of those pros up. We'll get to the cons in just a moment, but it also makes it a little bit more anonymous. If you have, if you're a little nervous to go into the office, you may run into somebody that you know.
Absolutely. A lot of people are scared to do therapy, and so this is a great way for people to kind of dip their toe in, if you will, instead of plunging into the therapy pool. They're able to kind of try it out, test it out, see if they like it.
And the cons. So obviously you... my first thought would be you probably overuse it, maybe, because the therapy session, you have 1 hour.
Right, you got to get it in.
You got to get out of there.
Yeah, you got to get in and out.
But for this, you could seemingly overuse it.
You could overuse it, and I think one of the challenges, too, is if you really are in crisis, if you really have some tough issues, let's say it's an active eating disorder, or let's say it's suicidal or homicidal thoughts, you really don't want to be on text message with a therapist who may or may not be able to respond to you right away. You really do need to take yourself into an office and get some immediate care, immediate treatment.
And we mentioned some of those privacy concerns. That was another con that we had up on our...
Absolutely. For my patients, I protect their confidentiality. With a text message, you don't know who's actually using their phone. They don't know who's actually using my phone. And certainly we live in an age where things get hacked all the time, and I would hate for someone's private, personal thoughts to be out there for the world to see.
And finally, just as a therapist, is this something that you recommend just because it makes it easier, or is this something that you'd say stick with regular therapy?
You know what? I think if you just want quick advice from someone you don't know, maybe this would be good. But to really work on some issues, if you're really wanting to invest in yourself and working on whatever's going on with you, I think getting your butt into a therapist's office and on that couch is the way to go.
And do the work. Dr. Tiff, always great to see you. Obviously a new mom as well, so we're so excited to have you back. Thanks so much.
Thank you.